How has online dating worked for you? I had a girlfriend on RuneScape a few years ago. That's the ultimate online dating. What is the creepiest glitch you've experienced in real life? Was taking the train home one afternoon and an old man was sitting a row ahead of me. He turned around and asked for directions to the hospital, and I told him which stop to get off at. Eventually, his stop arrives, and he gets up to leave, but before he exits he turned and said, "Thank you, I'll see you later." I said, "Yeah, no problem," and again he said, "I'll see you later," and he looked me right in the eye. I said, "Sure, see ya," and he got off the train and hobbled away with his cane. Thought it was a little weird he was adamant about seeing me around, but whatever. Freaky thing is, when I got off the train and to the bus station, about 5 minutes after boarding my bus I hear a voice that sounds like the old man. I looked out the bus window and sure enough, he was there at the bus station, same clothes, hat, and cane. I know it was the same guy, but with his walking speed and the available bus/train routes at the time I have zero clue how he got to the bus station right when I did. There are no buses near the hospital that go to that bus station, and my train was the only train that had just arrived at the bus station. Upon your death, you are given a clipboard and you are asked to complete a survey, rating your experience in life, writing a review, and giving recommendations as to how they can improve it. How do you respond? Difficulty is too damn high. Tutorial is too long and sometimes does not even help you at all afterwards. Pet lives are too short. Income is halved and cost of life is doubled. There's still no save/load game feature. Character customization is crazy right now. Super bacteria looming on the horizon. Literally unplayable. What's the best comeback to a "wow, you talk, you're always so quiet" response? My mother would occasionally ask my father why he didn't talk more in social situations, and my father would reply, "Sometimes it's better for people to wonder why you didn't say anything than to wonder why you did." Do you have touch hunger? The need for non-sexual hugs, touch, cuddles, etc. How do you deal with it? I attended my first cuddle therapist yesterday. I was a little nervous about it at first. It was $100 an hour and I saw her for 2 hours. I've been to massage therapists before. It was either a massage or this. I paid a partial deposit. I found her on a cuddle website where she had gotten good reviews. Yes, she was attractive. I already agreed to the guidelines when I made the booking. No bikini area touching. Wearing a t-shirt and shorts at a minimum. No, just underwear. Nothing sexual. No kissing. I was worried about how I would feel afterwards. Would I feel lonely like when I do after having an orgasm? Or would I get attached to her? She was wonderful. She gave great hugs and made me feel very comfortable. I had gone to her place and it was very cozy. She fit nicely into my arms. She had a great touch and her nails on my body felt nice. We traded spoon positions and other variations. We held hands. We talked and had a few things in common. We even went to college in the same city, but at different times. I don't have any regrets. I might go again in 2 or 3 weeks. Pardon my username. Redditors who have been out of their home country, what's the weirdest thing you've seen? A man and woman in their underwear holding up a sign in New York. Welcome to Times Square. Mall Santas of Reddit, what's the strangest thing a kid has asked you for Christmas? Had a kid about 8 years old ask for nail trimming scissors. What superpowers seem great in films, but would suck to have in real life? Indestructible skin because I might be kidnapped and C4 shoved up my bumhole. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Please don't put it up there, please. What's the most useful piece of knowledge you know that you feel like sharing? If you have a recurring nightmare or bad dream, think of something to bring with you that will help you in that situation. It usually appears when you next have the dream. In my case, I decided I needed a cell phone and I actually pulled it out in my dream, but the battery was dead. It works sometimes. You're allowed to take one movie and keep just one actor. The rest are replaced by Muppets. What movie do you choose? Forrest Gump. Keep Lieutenant Dan. Watch him lose his damn mind. People that work in famous/historical buildings around the world. What is the most interesting thing that the public doesn't get to see? Beamish Museum in northeast England is a living museum that has a recreation of a Mason's Lodge from the 1910s. Knocking on a certain door 3 times gets you access to the modern staff area which lies underneath it. Have to think someone had a sense of humor for putting the staff room in that building. Serious. People who have been the target of murderers/assassins. How did you survive? And why did they target you? I'm not sure if it counts, but a few years ago in high school, there was this guy that used to trouble everyone by taking naked photos of them when they were changing after PE class. I happened to be one of his targets, so I reported him to my teacher and eventually he got suspended for about a month and had to attend counseling sessions. One day I was at the bus stop waiting for my bus when suddenly I felt a push on my back and I fell onto the road. Luckily for me, the bus driver stopped the bus in time and I survived. However, I fell directly on my arm and it was fractured. Last I heard, he went to the juvenile center and no one ever had to see this devil again. Boomers of Reddit. What stupid things did teenagers do when you were a teenager? I'm a boomer. I smoked banana peels to see if they'd get me high. They didn't. I hitchhiked around the country alone as a female. People were good to me. What's something you don't want to know? What being homeless is like. Homeless man here. It's not horrible if you have a job and a car to sleep in, but it's still not fun and can be pretty humiliating when people find out. Essentially I wake up in my driver's seat, which thankfully reclines pretty far, take my blankets off, and drive to the gym. There I shower, change my clothes, brush my teeth and shave, and then I go to work. I get off and go back to my car, maybe get some dinner from a restaurant, or if I'm saving money just buy a can of soup and eat it cold. I charge my phone while watching YouTube for a while, then go to sleep. Repeat daily. On my days off I go to the laundromat and wash my clothes and towels. Have you ever met a random stranger for just a fleeting moment, but the memory of them stuck with you? What about them was so striking? More than a fleeting moment, more like 60 seconds. But the surfer who rescued me when I got sucked out to sea. Storm was coming in a day or two, so the waves were decent, enough to body surf a bit. Then 5 to 7 monster waves came out of nowhere. I dove under each one, and when I came up after the last one all of the water receded and dragged me out. I swam at an angle to shore, parallel and directly towards shore. Nothing doing. Out I kept going. I was getting tired, so I stopped to tread water. Way out, a surfer paddled up out of nowhere and asked, "Do you need help? If you don't mind." He had me climb on his board to rest and tried to tow me in. We were both getting sucked out, so then we both helped into the board and swam for everything we were worth. Finally got back to the breakers and I told him I'd probably be okay from here and cut loose. Got tumbled back to shore, rougher than I expected. Got back on the beach, puked out some salt water, and just laid on my side for like 20 minutes. Never tracked down the surfer, and that was all we said to each other. If you're reading this, thanks man. I think I probably owe you my life.